Let's start with a classic thought experiment. If I offered you $3 million in cash right now, or a single magic penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days, which one would you take? Seriously, think about it. The suitcase full of cash or the copper trash? Most people grab the $3 million without blinking. They think, a penny? Are you kidding me? And honestly, that is exactly why most Americans are broke. If you chose the penny, congratulations, you just made over $10 million. But if you chose the cash, you just lost $7 million because you don't understand the most powerful force in the universe. Look, the banks, the credit card companies, the entire financial system, they are designed to keep you on the wrong side of this equation. They use compounding against you to keep you poor, while they use it to become billionaires. Welcome to the Fiscal Axiom. Today, we are breaking down the 20 rules of compounding that you absolutely must follow to escape the rat race. Albert Einstein supposedly said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." Now, whether he actually said that or not, it doesn't matter. The math is undeniable. Compounding isn't just about money. It's about habits, time, and avoiding catastrophic mistakes. But here is the catch. Compounding is boring at the beginning and terrifyingly fast at the end. Most of you quit during the boring part. Let's fix that. Rule number 1, respect the curve. Linear growth is 1, 2, 3, 4. Exponential growth is 2, 4, 8, 16. The problem is, our human brains are wired for linear thinking. We evolved to track antelope on the savannah, not interest rates on a spreadsheet.
This means you will feel like nothing is happening for a long time. In that penny example, on day 20, you only have $5,000. You feel like a failure, but you are just days away from millions. If you stop because you don't see immediate results, you are killing the penny before it explodes. Rule number 2, the rule of 72. You don't need a PhD for this. You just need a mental math hack. Take the number 72 and divide it by your annual return rate. That is exactly how many years it takes to double your money. Getting a 1% return in a savings account? 72 divided by 1 is 72 years. You'll be dead before you double your money. Getting 10% in the market? That's 7.2 years. In a lifetime, that is massive. Rule number 3, time trumps money. Listen closely. You cannot catch up to compounding. If you start investing $100 a month at age 20, assuming a 10% return, by age 65, you have nearly $1 million. But if you wait until age 30 to start, to get that same million, you don't just invest the same amount. You have to invest nearly triple the money every single month just to end up in the same spot. Start yesterday. Rule number 4, inflation is reverse compounding. Banks love to tell you to save money, but in a high inflation environment, cash is trash. Inflation is compounding working against your purchasing power. Historically, US inflation averages around 3%. That means every year, your cash loses 3% of its blood. Over 20 years, holding cash onto your mattress cuts your wealth in half. You aren't safe in cash. Your purchasing power is slowly evaporating. Rule number 5, the credit card trap. This is the rule the banks pray you never understand. Compounding works both ways. If you have credit card debt, you are the victim of the most aggressive compounding on earth.
The average credit card interest rate in America right now is hovering over 25%. Remember the rule of 72? That means your debt doubles every 3 years if you don't pay it off. You must kill this beast first. Rule number 6, the fee drag. You think a 1% fee from your financial advisor is small? 20 years reduces your final portfolio value by about 18%. That isn't a fee, that is a robbery. Switch to low-cost index funds. Stop feeding the termites. Rule number 7, the tax drag. Taxes are friction. Every time you sell a stock and pay capital gains, you are interrupting the compounding process. You have less money left over to reinvest.
This is why you need tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs. In a Roth, the compounding is tax-free forever. That is a superpower. Rule number 8, reinvestment is non-negotiable. If you buy a stock that pays a dividend and you spend that dividend on a latte, you just broke the chain. Compounding only works if the earnings generate new earnings. You must turn on DRIP, dividend reinvestment plans. When your money makes money, that new money must be sent back to the front lines to fight for you. Do not eat your own soldiers. Rule number 9, the variance drag. Here is a math paradox. If you lose 50% of your money, what percentage do you need to make to get back to even? Most people think 50%. Wrong. If you have $100 and lose 50%, you have 50 left. To turn 50 back into 100, you need 100% gain. Volatility kills compounding. Slow and steady actually wins because it avoids the mathematical hole of big losses. Rule number 10, the psychology of boring.
George Soros said it best. If investing is entertaining, if you're having fun, you're probably not making any money. Compounding is like watching paint dry. The biggest threat to your wealth isn't the market, it's your need for excitement. Embrace the boredom. Boredom is where the millions are made. Those were the first 10 rules. We covered the math and the traps. But in part 2, we are going to cover the accelerators. We are going to talk about how to supercharge this process, how to use good debt, and the specific order of operations you need to follow. So hit that subscribe button so you don't lose out on the second half of this list. Welcome to part 2. Let's get into the accelerators. Rule number 11, the frequency secret. Banks love to play word games. You need to know the difference between APR and APY. APR is the simple rate. APY is the rate after compounding happens. If your savings account compounds annually, you get paid once a year. If it compounds daily, you get paid interest on your interest every single day. Always look for daily compounding. It's a small difference today, but over 30 years, it's the difference between a vacation in Florida and a vacation in your backyard. Rule number 12, the 1% step up. Most people set their 401k to 3% and forget it for 20 years. That is a mistake. You need to use the step up rule. Commit to increasing your savings rate by just 1% every year. You won't feel a 1% difference in your paycheck, but that extra 1% compounds massively over time. Trick your brain so you don't feel the pain. Rule number 13, OPM, other people's money. This is the secret of the rich, leverage. When you buy a stock, it's 1-to-1, but real estate, that allows you to compound returns on borrowed money. If you put 20K down on a 100K house and the house goes up 10%, you didn't make 10%, you made 50% on your money. Why? Because you got the growth on the bank's money too. But be warned, leverage compounds losses just as fast. Use with extreme caution.
Rule number 14, human capital compounding. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Why? Because knowledge compounds just like money. If you learn one new skill this year, it makes your old skills more valuable. This is called skill stacking. You don't have to be the best in the world at one thing, but if you are in the top 25% of public speaking and the top 25% of finance, you become the top 1% of financial communicators. Your income potential explodes. Rule number 15, the lifestyle creep trap. Don't eat the marshmallow. When your income goes up, your expenses usually go up to match it. This is called lifestyle creep. To win, you must keep your expenses flat while your income grows. Every raise you get should go directly into your investment account, not into a car payment. If you make 100K but spend 100K, you are poorer than the guy making 30K and saving 5K. Rule number 16, health is a compounding asset. You didn't expect this one, did you? The number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical debt. If you don't take care of your body, you interrupt the compounding process with massive medical bills and lost wages. Exercise and diet are investments with the highest ROI because they buy you time. And remember rule number 3, time is the fuel. Rule number 17, Metcalfe's Law. Your network compounds exponentially.
One connection leads to two, which leads to four. The best investment opportunities come from people, not public job boards. Audit your circle. If your 5 closest friends are broke and complain all day, their mindset is compounding into your brain. Upgrade your circle, upgrade your net worth. Rule number 18, the sequence of returns risk.
This is the nightmare scenario. If the market crashes the year you retire and you start withdrawing money, you deplete your principal when it's low. You kill the golden goose. To fight this, you need a cash tent, a buffer of 2 years of expenses in cash as you approach retirement. This prevents you from selling stocks at a loss. Rule number 19, the Buffett reality. 99% of Warren Buffett's net worth was earned after his 50th birthday. Read that again, 99%. If he had retired at 60, you would have never heard of him. The magic happens at the very end of the curve. You have to survive the first 30 years of boring to get to the years of insane. Do not interrupt the process. Rule number 20, the first 100,000 is the hardest. Charlie Munger said, the first 100,000 is a total nightmare, but you gotta do it. Getting to your first 100K is a grind. You are doing all the heavy lifting. Your money isn't helping you yet. But once you cross 100K, the money starts generating enough interest to essentially save a second salary for you. Fight, claw, and scrape to get to that first 100K. After that, gravity takes over. Compounding is fair, but it is ruthless. It doesn't care if you are a good person. It only cares about the math. If you violate these rules, the math will crush you. If you follow them, the math will liberate you. The banks are betting on your impatience. Prove them wrong by staying the course. If you're committed to mastering the math of compounding, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community here at the Fiscal Axiom. Share this video with one person who needs to hear rule number 5. Let's grow together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.